Raising big questions, a pilot's body has expressed concern over the preliminary report on the Air India crash, assigning blame to the pilots, coinciding with a fresh US report that cited cockpit recordings to claim that the captain cut the fuel flow to the engines. The Wall Street Journal, citing assessment by US officials, said the black box recording indicated that the captain turned off the fuel control switches. The flight AI-171 was being commanded by 56-year-old Sumit Sabharwal, who had a total flying experience of 15,638 hours, and First Officer Clive Kunder, who had 3,403 hours of total experience. The Boeing 787 Dreamliner, which was on its way to London, crashed into the BJ Medical College hostel building in Ahmedabad within seconds of takeoff. The tragedy left 260 people, including 241 passengers and crew on board, and 19 others on the ground dead. Meanwhile, the Federation of Indian Pilots raised concern about how the preliminary report was interpreted and presented publicly. The initial probe report released by the Aircraft Accidental Investigation Bureau revealed that the fuel control switches of the Boeing 787 flipped from a run to cutoff position within a second of each other after liftoff. The fuel control switches regulate the fuel flow into a plane's engines. The AIB report, however, does not mention if the switches were moved either of the pilot to the cutoff position. The report does mention one pilot asking the other why he cut off the fuel supply, with the other responding he did not. On the other hand, experts have said that accidental movements of the switches is not quite possible. On Wednesday, Air India said inspections of the locking mechanism of fuel control switches across its fleet of Boeing 787 aircraft found no issues. Meanwhile, an Indian Express report said investigators are probing if glitches in the electrical and software components of the doomed aircraft led to the transition of the fuel control switches to the cutoff mode without the command of the pilots. The government has said that the report was a preliminary assessment and urged the public and the media to refrain from jumping to conclusions until the final findings are released, which may take a year.